All right, welcome. For the next few minutes, I want you to think of me as your personal guide on what's going to be a pretty transformative 21-day journey. We're not just talking about breaking a few bad habits here. No, we're going to fundamentally reset your brain to get back your focus and your drive. So let's dive right in.
Does this sound familiar? You've got a huge project you need to get done, but your brain just will not cooperate. Or maybe you pick up your phone to check just one little thing and poof, an hour is just gone. Look, you're not lazy and you are definitely not alone. What you're feeling is a very real, very modern problem.
So let's start by putting a name to this feeling. You might have heard people call it brain rot or cognitive overload. And let's be clear, this is not a personal failure. It's actually a pretty natural response to the crazy, overstimulating world we all live in now. And the very first step to fixing it is just recognizing the symptoms. Just take a look at this list. Do any of these hit a little too close to home? That weird impulse to pull out your phone for a 30-second scroll while you're waiting for the elevator? Or, getting that hangry feeling, that burst of anger when you're hungry? These aren't just little personality quirks. They are crystal clear signals that your brain's reward system is way out of whack.
Okay, so what is really going on inside our heads? Well, it all comes down to this one powerful little molecule. And understanding this is the absolute key, because this is a biological process you can totally learn to manage. You're not broken. Your system has just been hijacked.
We hear dopamine called the pleasure chemical all the time, but that's not really the whole story. It's much more accurate to call it the motivation molecule. It's the thing that actually drives you to get up and take action, whether that action is eating when you're hungry or mindlessly scrolling through your social media feed. And this, right here, this is the secret sauce behind so much of modern addiction. Way back, the psychologist B.F. Skinner ran these famous experiments and found that rats would press a lever compulsively if the food reward was unpredictable. Sometimes they got a little, sometimes a lot, sometimes nothing at all. Sound familiar? That is exactly how your social media feed works. You never know what the next swipe will bring, and that unpredictability is what makes it so incredibly addictive.
And this metaphor just illustrates the problem so perfectly. Think about it. Your mind, the writer, wants to do the important stuff. Exercise, learn a new skill, finish that project. But your body, the donkey, is so stuffed and lazy from all the cheap, easy treats like social media and junk food that a simple carrot, like the real satisfaction of finishing your work, it just doesn't seem very appealing anymore.
So this is the choice right in front of you. On the left, you've got the overstimulated brain, where everything important feels boring and you need more and more stimulus just to feel okay. And on the right, well, that's where we're going. A balanced brain that finds genuine satisfaction in real, meaningful activities. Our job is to starve the donkey so it starts craving those carrots again.
So how in the world do we get there? With a plan. And listen, this is not about punishment or taking away all the fun from your life. Not at all. This is a strategic 21-day reset designed to put you back in the driver's seat.
Our plan is broken down into 3 super simple, manageable weeks. Week 1 is all about awareness, just noticing what's going on. Week 2, that's where we focus on replacement. And week 3 is all about reflection and making these new, better habits actually stick.
Now this is absolutely crucial. Please hear me on this. Do not try to boil the ocean. If you try to cut out everything, all social media, all video games, all junk food, all at once, I promise you, you will fail. The real key to success here is to start small. Just pick 1 or maybe 2 of your biggest digital poisons and commit to a 21-day break from just those things. That's it. This brings up the question I get all the time. Okay, but if I'm not scrolling, what am I supposed to do with my time? That empty space, that void, can feel really uncomfortable at first. But here's the secret. That feeling of boredom, that's actually the birthplace of creativity. We're going to learn to sit with it and then fill it, not with more distraction, but with intention. This little table right here is about to become your new best friend. For the next week, your only job is awareness. That's it. Just pay attention to the feeling that makes you reach for your phone. Is it boredom? Is it anxiety? Loneliness? Once you can name that trigger, you can start to consciously choose a new, healthier response.
And here are some really powerful ideas for those replacement habits. Think about Vihar, which is this yogic principle of finding deep, restorative rest not through sleep, but through hobbies that totally absorb your mind, like gardening or singing. Or try forest bathing, which is really just about connecting with nature. No phone, just you and a local park. You could even embrace Kaizen, the Japanese philosophy of improving just one small thing by 1% every single day. The key here is to pick activities that genuinely restore you, not just distract you.
Okay, this is really important. When you turn off all the external noise, the internal noise gets a whole lot louder. All those feelings you've been distracting yourself from, anxiety, boredom, maybe some loneliness, they are going to surface. And I'm telling you, this is a normal and even a necessary part of the process.
The most important thing is not to run from these feelings, but to actually turn and face them. And your best tool for that? It's a simple pen and paper. Seriously. Journaling gets all those swirling thoughts out of your head and onto a page where you can actually look at them, understand them, and process them.
So here is a super simple template for your daily practice. During the day, you log your triggers and how you chose to respond with a new habit. And then every single night, just take 2 minutes, that's all, to write down 3 positive things that happened that day. It might seem small, but this simple gratitude practice is incredibly powerful. It literally retrains your brain to scan for the good stuff instead of just defaulting to the negative, rewiring your entire outlook over time.
So, you've put in the work for 21 days. What's the payoff? Why go through all this trouble? Well, it's not just about feeling a little less distracted. It is about a fundamental, deep change in how your brain actually works. This is where the magic happens. By taking a break from all that cheap dopamine, you give your brain's receptors a chance to reset and heal. They become sensitive again. And suddenly, things like reading a book, going for a run, or having a deep conversation become genuinely pleasurable on their own. The carrots start to taste really good again.
And this is what you're up against. 8 seconds. That's less than a goldfish. That is the average human attention span in our hyper-stimulated world today. By completing this reset, you are literally giving yourself a superpower, the ability to actually focus in a world that has completely forgotten how. So, the challenge is laid out, the science is clear, and the plan is simple. This isn't just about detoxing from your phone. It's about deciding what you want to truly motivate you. Your 21-day journey starts right now. And the only question left is, who are you going to become on the other side?